This is the news in brief from the United Nations. The deaths of at least 23 migrants seeking to reach Spain from Morocco should be investigated urgently by both countries, the UN Rights Office OHCHR said on Tuesday. The tragedy happened last Friday when African migrants were reportedly beaten with batons, kicked, shoved and attacked with stones by Moroccan officials in their attempt to scale the barbed wire fence that separates Morocco from the North African Spanish city of Melilla. With more, here's OHCHR spokesperson Ravina Shamdasani.
This is the highest recorded number of deaths in a single incident over many years of migrants attempting to cross from Morocco into Europe. Some 140 Moroccan border guards also reportedly sustained injuries during the incident.
The OHCHR official urged Morocco and Spain to ensure that migrants' human rights were protected at their joint border, and in particular that border officers refrain from any use of excessive force. To Afghanistan, where UN humanitarians have launched an appeal for $110 million to help 362,000 people impacted by the country's worst earthquake in 20 years. Latest information from the most heavily impacted communities in Paktika and Khost province indicate that more than 1,000 people were killed, almost 3,000 were injured, and at least 360,000 were affected when the quake hit last week. Based on initial reports, around 4,500 homes were damaged and around 800 families are living out in the open in the worst affected districts of Bamel, Gian in Paktika province and Spera in Khost province, said Dr. Liu Dapeng, World Health Organization representative to Afghanistan. Dr. Dapeng described meeting 3-year-old Asthma from Gayan district in Paktika, who has lost all her family members from the earthquake. She continues to receive trauma care and treatment for her wounds, added the WHO official, who explained that the toddler was just one of the many children orphaned by this disaster. Fresh UN-led talks to secure a peaceful and democratic future for all Libyans began in Geneva on Tuesday. The talks have brought together the leader of Libya's House of Representatives, based in the east of the country, and the leader of the High State Council, which is based in the west. Over 2 days of scheduled meetings, both sides are to continue to review a reformed constitution with a view to holding delayed elections. Veteran UN negotiator Stephanie Williams said that she'd witnessed an unprecedented level of cooperation by both sides in recent talks and that they now had reached a critical stage in their long and difficult discussions. Now is the time for a final push to ensure that an historic compromise takes place for the sake of Libya, its people and the credibility of its institutions, Ms Williams said. Daniel Johnson, UN News.